Hello, my name's Tony, and this is my snail documentary. Snails are fascinating animals. But first, before we get to them, let me introduce myself. I am snail expertologist Tony Apolito, and this is Angel Dorothy, my cameraman. Point the camera at yourself. Give yourself some recognition.
Hello.
Okay.
Alright. Go.
Okay, we're gonna go look for some snails. But first, we need some music.
Hello, salut, it's me, your Duke, and I made something that's free to show you how I feel. Hello, it's me, because so I will do my words of love with your name on every wall. When you leave my cottage to rain, go away, everyone.
Now that we drove out into the blatant wilderness with no cars around whatsoever, we're going to look at some snails. I must warn you, be careful. They are flight vicious. Look at that. There's one now. Zoom in on it, but be careful. It'll bite you. Be careful. You hear it? You hear it growling at you? Let me give you some facts about this snail. Most snails move by gliding along on the muscular foot, which is lubricated with mucus. This motion is powered by succeeding waves of muscular contraction which move down the undersurface of the foot. This muscular action is clearly visible when a snail is crawling on the glass of a window. Snails move at proverbially low speeds. They precede mucus in order to aid locomotion by reducing friction, and the mucus also helps reduce the snail's risk of mechanically injury from sharp objects. Snails also have a mantle, a specialized layer of tissue which covers all of their internal organs, as they are grouped together in a visceral mass. And the mantle also extends outwards and flat, which reach the edges of the shell and in some cases can cover the shell, and which are partially retractable. The mantle is attached to the shell and creates it by secretion.
Look at your baby duckies. Aww, she's so pretty. They have nothing to do with snails, but they are pretty. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Yes, they are. Oh, they're so pretty. They're so pretty.
As you can see here, there's another one. This is the common snail's habitat with plenty of trees and grass and water for them to drink. They need a lot of vitamin C. They are very good to eat as an escargot and are very good in protein, but they are not very delectable. As the snail grows, so does the calcium carbonate shell. A snail's shell forms a lethargic spiral. Most shell snails are right-handed, meaning that if you hold the shell with the apex, the tip, on the juvenile, pointing towards you, then the spiral proceeds in a clockwise direction from the apex of the opening. When the animal reaches full adult size, many species of snails put a thickened lip around the opening of the shell. At this point, the animal stops growing and begins reproducing, as you might see later. The shell of snails and other mollusks and some snail egg casings are primarily made up of calcium carbonate. Because of this, mollusks need calcium in the diet and environment to produce a strong shell. A lack of calcium or low pH in the surroundings can result in thin, cracked, or perforated shells. Usually a snail can repair damage to a shell over time if the living conditions improve, but severe damage can be fatal. Okay, tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, it's recording.
As you can see, it's got a tentacle there. It doesn't seem to want to come out for us. I'm very afraid of it. It might bite us, though. But most snails bear one or two of these tentacles on the upper head. In most land snails, the eyes are carried on the tips of the first set of tentacles, which are usually roughly 75% of the width of the eyes. The second lowest set of tentacles are as ophicole organs. Both sets of tentacles are retractable in land snails. The eyes of most marine and freshwater snails are found at the base of the first set of tentacles. These help to respond to stimuli in the environment. So what we're going to do here is show you how two land snails were made. We don't have any snails to show you, and we can't seem to find any since it's out of season, so we're going to use these two rocks. So this is the female, No, wait, so this is the female and this is the male, alright? So prior to reproduction, most land snails perform a ritual courtship before mating. This may last anywhere between 2 and 12 hours. They go something like this, interlocking with each other. Prolific breeders, pulmonate land snails, inseminate each other in pairs to internally fertilize their ova. Each brood may consist of up to 100 eggs. Pulmonate land snails and slugs have a reproductive opening on one side of the body, which will be right here, near the front, through which the outer reproductive organs are extruded so that the exchange of sperm can take place. Basically, for lack of better words, what this snail would do was stick his penis inside of this snail's, for lack of better words, vagina. They would then have reproductive sex, and this sperm would be inside of the female, and she would lay the eggs. The male could go wander off wherever he wants to, because he doesn't know. Okay, we gotta be careful. It looks like we've stumbled into another animal's environment. As you can see, it's hissing at us. We have to be very careful. They're very protective of their young. The young don't look so young, but they are. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay, we're in full camouflage here because we don't want him to see us. He could attack us at any second right now. Any second he could attack us. I'm going to show him to you, but you got to stay quiet. There he is, right there. Look at how close he is to civilization in my truck. We're only meters away. Mere meters. Garden snails bury their eggs in shallow topsoil primarily where the weather is warm and damp, usually 5 to 10 centimeters down, digging with their foot, the back of their tail. Egg sizes differ between species, from a 3mm diameter in the groove snail to a 6mm diameter in the giant African land snail. The snail shell develops while it is still in embryo. It is, however, very weak and needs an immediate supply of calcium. Newly hatched snails obtain this by eating the egg from which they hatched. Baby snails cannibalizing other eggs, even unhatched ones, has been recorded. You heard that right. These animals are cannibals and will not hesitate to eat their fellow brother. Let's see if we can get closer without it attacking us. It is already getting near us. We've got to be careful. After a few weeks, the snails will begin to show their first tint of color, usually slightly blue. After they turn their adult color roughly 3 months after they have hatched, they look like miniature versions of their mature kin. They'll continue to grow, usually for 2 to 3 years, until they reach adult size, although there have been confirmed recordings of snails growing amazingly fast, becoming even bigger than their parents in little more than a month. Irrespective of their rate of growth, however, it will take 2 to 6 years before they are sexually mature. Look at the trails leaving behind. Look at it, it's full of crap. That is what we call scat. There's a very nice song for that, but I don't want to sing right now. He's definitely very agitated and will attack us. He's marking his territory on that rock right now. That is his rock, and if we go near it, he will attack us, for sure. Look at those tentacles. He's looking at us. He's ready. He's ready to attack at any second. He's looking all around. Look at those tentacles. Okay, good. There's one thing we have on these snails, and that's that they all end up on a plate. Is escargot. It's been a wonderful time, guys, but this is the end of my documentary. You guys have a wonderful day.
Ugh, that's so gross.
Touch it. Touch it.
No.
Touch it. Touch it. Gross, gross. Look at it, crapped. It crapped.
Where's the crab? Where's the scattered? He's scattered.
That is gross.
Let's get a closer look at that.
That is gross.